All right, barrel and blade fans, I've got the latest box for September 2023, and look at this little thing. Let's pop open the seal and see what's inside. What's up guys, Eric here with ATHOME in the Future, and I'm back with another barrel and blade unboxing. If you're unfamiliar with barrel and blade, pretty cool subscription if you're into survival, tactical gear, any of that sort of thing. You'll probably dig this box. Comes in two different flavors. There's a level 1 box that's about 50 bucks a month, a level 2 box, which is what we unbox on this channel. That's about 100 bucks a month. If you want to get this subscription for yourself, you can follow the link on the screen or down in the description. But first and foremost, look at this little box. So barrel and blade is typically a lot bigger, and this guy is actually pretty small and pretty light for this month. And the other thing to know here is I actually already recorded this unboxing video, and for some reason my sound just did not work whatsoever. So I'm going to go through it again one more time. So if you see a popped seal here, that's why, but we'll still give you some good details and everything. So without further ado, here we go. September 2023, this little box, Operation 75, tactical and survival stuff here. You can see a rundown of the level 1 box on the right, level 2 box here on the left. Lots of goodies to check out. So let's unload all this and then we'll go through it all and check it out. All right, so first things first, let's check out these chest seals here. You'll notice a few products from this Tactican Armament Company. I'm not too familiar with them, but they make some really cool stuff. Actually, after I unboxed this the first time, I looked online, they got some really cool gear. But right at the top of the list, we have some 6x6 chest seals. 2 of these things worth about 37 bucks. If you're not too familiar with these, man, they are an awesome thing to have in your first aid kit. Hopefully you will never need them, but in the event that something happens where somebody is stabbed, shot, or just has some significant trauma, especially to the lungs, this is what keeps your lungs from collapsing. And this is the kind of thing that you probably want to get in a subscription box, because chances are, unless you're like an EMT or in a field like that, I doubt you're going to go out and just pick up a few of these, because again, 37 bucks for 2, is that something you're going to spend on where you can basically buy a whole kit for that? But man, these things are literal lifesavers, and good to keep. Probably like in your car in the glove box or in a trauma kit or a bug out bag or anything like that. So a good value add, great thing to stow away, and hope you never need it. But if you do, you got some good ones right here. Good thing to start the box off with right away. Next up, same company, we actually have this Battle Torch weapon light. So the card here says it's worth 62 bucks. Again, because I already unboxed this, I went and checked some prices online afterwards, and not far off. Even the cheapest I could find this online was for 55, so really good value here. But what we have is a weapon light, and you could use this on a pistol, on like an AR, anything that has like a rail. Get this stuff out here. But we've got our USB charging brick, we've got this little charging cable, and this light itself actually charges with a magnetic connector, which some companies, Olight tends to do this a lot with theirs. They love the magnets and everything. But sometimes you'll get these magnetic chargers and they just will not stay on. This one actually clicks on really well and stays on pretty confidently. You're not going to put it on your nightstand to charge and this thing's going to fall off when the breeze blows by or something. But pretty cool little light here. Very simple interface. You'll notice on both sides here, you've got a little on and off switch. Very simple to put it on the rails here. And there's an extra screw, I think, down here as well. But 2 modes, and this thing is like, let's see, I think the card says it's about 400 lumens, so really pretty bright, and 200 meters. You can kind of see it's got a long lens down there, so it projects it pretty far away. So just one tap here gets that full bright. And again, on camera, this stuff, you may be unimpressed with that, but in the room, it's actually very, very bright. But one extra tap and you go right to strobe, and this is the thing that I think is the most valuable on an EDC light, especially on like a weapon light. Strobe more or less just completely disorients whoever you have to aim your weapon at or aim this light at. And hopefully what that will do is diffuse a situation where you're not having to use force of any kind. Maybe they'll run away or be so disoriented they'll fall over and you can jump on them or something, I don't know. But great feature to have in a light like this. It's got a little battery indicator on top as well, so you can see the charge level there. So very nice piece of kit. Very cool to see in this box. The kind of thing I like to see in barrel and blades. So pop that back up here. Good product right there. And keep the party going, the preparedness party, with this little combo kit here. So we have a combat application tourniquet and a tourniquet holder. Check out these bags, by the way. I haven't seen, this is some beefy hook and loop packaging, which is nice to see. So what you have here, so tourniquets are important for, obviously, for being prepared for any sort of trauma. Now I've seen my EMT friends, sometimes they'll carry these on them as part of their EDC, like around an ankle or in a pocket. This is a little bit of a bigger one than I've seen before, but you got a nice holster here, really nice. Feels like this outer part is like a molded, I guess, thermoplastic. I don't think it's Kydex or anything. But different ways to lash it down. But this whole thing is meant to hold this combat tourniquet, and you can see the values for these on the card here. $13 for the tourniquet, $18 for the holder. That's funny, the holders cost more. But we have this really high quality tourniquet. It's got some nice instructions on it, which again, this is something that if you're into this sort of gear at all, go on YouTube, go to an EMT friend, get a little bit of training on this, because this literally could be the difference between life and death for you or for somebody in your family, or just if you come up into a scene and need help. Having this sort of knowledge and equipment is super helpful. But you can check out the instruction manual here and get a rundown of how to use this. Basically, you just tighten it up, you take this rod and twist it a few times until the bleeding stops, and you're good to go. And it's even got a spot here to write down the time that you apply the tourniquet, which is super, super important. For the emergency room, if the emergency personnel to know if they come and start doing triage into victims. So great items to have. Maybe not the most exciting items, but if you're into prepping or the tactical side of things, this is the kind of thing you need to have. Even simple things like if you're going to the range or going off grid a little bit and having an adventure with the guys and everything, keep this stuff around in case some terrible, crazy thing happens. And you need to use it one day. So that is a bunch of the medical stuff. We've done a weapon light. The final item of this kit is from Bird, which is actually from Spyderco. This is the Robin 2. It's a Wharncliffe blade. This has it priced at 45 bucks. Man, this is a cool little blade. So Bird is Spyderco's value brand. And I've seen them offer some stuff in some different subscriptions before. I think we may have even had a Bird in one of the barrel and blade boxes in the past. I could be getting my wires crossed on that. But look at this little blade. So normally when you think of a knife this size, it can't help but be cute just because it's small, right? But this Wharncliffe blade, along with that Bird cutout, instead of the typical Spidey hole that you normally see on something like this, just has a very cool little Raptor style profile in this. And you wouldn't think for something this small, like with a choil on that, and just the grips built into the handle, it is surprisingly comfortable to choke down on and do some work. Got a really nice sharp tip there to do a lot of, I guess, poking and piercing jobs if you need to. And it's 8CR 13 MOV steel, which is fine for, you know, a budget knife. The only thing I just don't like, just by preference, it is a lockback, which I just don't enjoy. There's people online that can one hand open and close lockbacks. I've never figured out how to do it. You see some like faux jimping here on the scales. Nice jimping though on the rise there in the back. And the pocket clip is really nice too. Not deep carry, which you always lose points with me for that, but you can put it just about anywhere. Tip up, tip down, left side, right side, lots of different options there. The handle scales are very, very grippy. They've got that bi-directional patterning on it, which is nice, but great shorts knife actually. Great little summer knife, very light. But a budget knife, it doesn't feel like a cheap knife. It feels like a great knife. Bird stuff sometimes, pretty nice. It is made in China, but it still kind of has that Spyderco kind of feel if you're into that sort of thing. So pretty cool. That is this month's Barrel and Blade, the Tactical and Survival Box, Operation 75. We're getting up there. Pretty wild. 25 more boxes to 100, but very cool subscription. Always get more than what you pay for. The value on this one is already pretty high there. Again, if you want to get the subscription for yourself, follow the link on the screen or down in the description and save yourself some money. You'll dig this up. If you're into prepping, if you're into tactical survival stuff, this is a good sub to check out. So that is it for this month's unboxing. As always, if you dug this video, be sure to hit the like button because it helps the channel out a ton, and subscribe if you want to see more barrel and blade stuff down the line. We'll see you next time.